Hey guys, back again. Now I want to talk about the neighbours, how they participate, and the fact that they're not the big bad masterminds that this program would have you believe. Now I live alone and keep to myself, so they've had to insert these people into my life. Well, they've done that through association. Every time I'd go out front to the mailbox, a man that I'd eventually learn was my handler would greet me. He initially told me that he was in the same trade as I was and that his wife had just passed. Well, my mother had just passed at this time, so we already had common ground. I confided too much in this man. My nephew then told me that he knew the next door neighbour's son, that he and the son were dating two sisters. I then started to talk to this man and we became quite friendly. It's not long before that son comes to me and tells me there's been multiple break-ins in our body corporate. Now this body corporate's full of middle-aged to elderly women, and I'm overprotective. I'm now on edge as they're about to go overt, and they've just run their first psyop. I then start to hear the neighbours talking about me. These seemingly lovely people have turned nasty. They're constantly out the front talking about me, putting me down, talking about what I'm doing in the house, what's in each room, even my own thoughts. I constantly hear them tampering with my home and call the police at least half a dozen times. I'm unaware, but they're mimicking the neighbours' voices through the V2K. They're even doing it with my father's neighbours when I go to his house. I've totally been deceived and I now think the neighbours are running the show. One night a policeman tells me that he's best mates with my neighbour's son. Now I start to blame all my police-forced hospital visits on the neighbours. I eventually learn of the program, and it's only then that I understand the psyops that they've been running and continually run to this day. And that includes mirroring and mimicking my actions and attire, selective or directed speech, noise campaigns, brighting, inconveniences like hold-ups or receiving the neighbour's mail, and colour sensitisation. Okay, a few more things that are more specific with my particular targeting. The use of children. They constantly have children yelling outside the window. The woman next door constantly drops 2 glass beer bottles in the bin round the clock. When I used to drink beer, I used to drink 2 at a time. So they're running a psyop trying to get me back on the grog. And they constantly use my deceased mother's name. Okay, so the neighbours definitely participate, but they're not the evil mastermind that a lot of people believe. It's compartmentalised for this reason. And the security contractors and the police would love nothing more than for you to put the blame fair and square on the neighbours and look no further. The neighbours are just actors playing a role directed by the handler. I doubt they'd even be aware of the psychological damage they're inflicting on a target, or that they're potentially in harm's way. I won't go into mind control or forced speech, but that may definitely play a role. Having said all that, I do believe there's a base of operations in a target's vicinity where the operatives congregate, gather data, and plan upcoming psyops and street theatre. P.S. I still can't stand my neighbours. Alright guys, until next time, take it easy, bye.